If there's one mouse that got me into the hobby, it's the Logitech's G703. For me, it's a legendary mouse with great shape, but nowadays nonsensical weight. That's why I have here this TeeVolution Terra Pro, which potentially inherited everything good, lost a bit of weight and added where it was missing for years. So let's check out if all of this is just nostalgia or if this shape is what was missing in 2025. Package is the classic mouse, cable, receiver, spare dot and larger skates, and grips. I also have here the 8K receiver, but unfortunately it's an add-on you have to pay for. And not to make you wait too long, immediately there's one thing that I didn't like, and that's that there's nothing to plug the 1K receiver into, so you either have to have your PC close, have a hub on the desk, or you're out of luck. One solution is the said 8K receiver, but that one, again, is an extra. For starters, that's all I was unhappy about. Let's get straight into the mouse. I'll immediately start with the shape, because that for me is the most important and it didn't disappoint. It's exactly the G703 shape I remembered. It's great for palm grip, maximum comfort. For claw grip, or better say relaxed claw, it's also fine, and fingertip I just skip because it's too high. When it comes to coating, it's awesome because it perfectly stays in the hand, doesn't slip at all. It's some kind of rubberized coating, so it's nice to the touch, but also in this black, it's an incredible fingerprint magnet. If that wasn't enough, you can still put on the included grips, but they're not necessary. The mouse also lost quite a bit of weight because it's only around 49 grams, and with this shape and size, it feels super light. Main clicks here are opticals, which to me is absolutely fine, and sound-wise they're good, but for some reason, at least on mine, they didn't get the travel quite right. Pre and post travel to me are noticeable, but mainly more towards the front, so with my claw grip it was decent, but I can imagine that with palm grip it could be distracting. Other than that, the buttons are very stable and without any grind or side wobble. Scroll wheel here is my favorite part because it's light but very well defined with good steps. Click compared to the scroll is a bit stiffer, but just right so you won't click it by accident when scrolling. Side buttons follow the old Logitech's design policy, so on the Terra Pro they're very large, easily accessible, very clicky, but the front one has a bit more pre and both a bit of post travel. I couldn't notice it very well during actual use, so I only count it as a bonus information, not a strict minus. On the bottom you can find DPI/pair button, slider for the different connection modes, and these unconventional skates. I say unconventional because they have a pattern going on, which should improve their properties, but in my experience I wasn't that big of a fan. To me, they seemed a bit noisy and haven't felt that good, even though the glide was fine, so my options were either to change them out for some of the included ones or any of my own. I also have here the 8K receiver, which also acts as an information display. On the side there's also a button for brightness switching, which I liked, but what's more important is how it worked in combination with the Terra Pro. The pairing process was literally a simple click and then a button combination. After that, I set my preferred debounce, DPI, polling rate, changed a bunch of the available settings, and went straight into my full gaming test. I'm gonna be honest, at the start I was a bit nostalgia biased, so I went into it hoping it'd be great at everything and I'd be using it forever going forward. But after getting a few hours in, I had to remember that not everything is as good as we'd wish for, and to some degree that's also true about the Terra Pro. When it comes to connectivity, all the settings, or even the 8K receiver and its responsiveness, I have literally nothing to complain about because all of it worked as it should. I haven't noticed any disconnects, signal loss, and absolutely no delay. I can immediately say that if you're thinking about buying Logitech's G703 today, just buy this one. However, I had a few moments when I felt the increased button travel, and that snapped me back into reality. It's not entirely perfect. I wouldn't like this video to end with me saying that it's absolutely 100% flawless and that I recommend it to everybody, because there are a few nitpicks. Do I feel that it's a great ergo mouse that filled the hole that the G703 left behind? Definitely. However, I'd like everybody to know the shortcomings of it before spending the 90 euros in the end. But as far as my experience goes, I was overall pretty satisfied with what they produced. And if you were satisfied with what I produced, don't forget to like and subscribe. You should also check out this one, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye!